Friday here on the Jewcurious Show. Fun Friday means, well, it's just another day of the week. I'm still a rabbi. You can still ask me whatever questions you like, whether you are Jewish or just plain Jew curious. You are welcome here. If you are thinking of converting to Judaism, if you're firmly committed to some other religion, but you just have some questions about why we do what we do, maybe it helps you with your practice. You're just plain curious about Judaism, you are in the right place. I'm here to help you. You can ask me anything today. We are live streaming on twitch.tv/Jewcurious and also on the Rabbi John Carrier YouTube channel. So look for either of those things. Join us in the chat. Let us know how you're feeling. Having a little trouble with the multi-chat today. So if you want to chat with us, you want to stop by and say hi or ask me anything at all, please join us at twitch.tv/Jewcurious. We're going to get started in just a moment, where I attempt to escape from isolation in a perfectly safe and virus-free way. So we're going to take a little pause. I'm going to go into my studio here and make sure you can see my face. Oh, that's my face. Can't see the game yet. Hold on. What's going on here? Just chatting. Let's just chat for a second while I get the game going here. Really happy to have all you here. We're starting a little bit late this morning, just connecting the pipes. It is, it's not a normal time. It's not normal circumstances. Hold on, I'm going to get a little move juice going. I'm switch to Diet Mountain Dew because it's got orange juice in it, so it's like breakfast. Hold on. Alrighty then. So really happy to be here with you today. We have been doing for quite some time now a show on twitch.tv. We've been sharing it out on Facebook and YouTube, and it's been a great honor. It's been a great honor to do this with you for as long as we've been doing it. We've made some great friends here, people finding out about this Jewcurious community and joining us on Twitch. And the community, and I have to say this, my favorite thing about this, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love talking in front of people and making a monkey out of myself. I love playing video games. What I love more than any of that stuff is the community that we have built together, of people joining us in the chat, of people just not just making friends with me. I love all these friends, but making friends with each other. The way people have jumped in, supported one another, as sometimes people are asking me questions, and before I even see the question, somebody else has answered it in a correct way. So that gives a teacher nachas, as we say. It gives me pride in my students and in my friends. And what we've been doing for, maybe months now, we've been live streaming video games. So I started doing live YouTube, probably a couple of years ago, year and a half, something like that. And then I found the best platform for live streaming is Twitch. Now, Twitch is really good on live streaming because they've had to be. I mean, Twitch it sort of grew up. YouTube was for sharing videos with people. Facebook said, "Hey, let's get into that game," even though Facebook was mostly for, effectively microblogging in a way. But Twitch was born for this, and Twitch was born out of the concept of people sharing their video game experiences live, which takes a lot of bandwidth, which takes a lot of technical savvy in ways that the other platforms had to catch up to. So that's why I moved to Twitch as my primary live streaming source. I'm not going to brag or complain on this. I'm pretty sure I was the first rabbi on Twitch. I expect to see several more soon because I have never seen more rabbis doing live streaming video than I have in, say, the last 2 weeks. For all the right reasons, right? I think that we are all challenged right now. This is March. This is March of the Gregorian year 2020, where we are deep in the throes of the COVID-19 global pandemic, according to the World Health Organization. The news in the last couple of days is that the United States of America, which I call home, has surpassed every other country in terms of the number of people who have been verified to be infected with this virus. And so we're learning a new way to live, at least for right now. And most of that involves staying at home, not teaching our congregations, go back to the rabbi example, in person the way people are accustomed to. And it's been interesting because I've been teaching online for a couple of years now. Now everybody's kind of jumping into it. And whereas I started teaching online full time, was it about 2000, was it 19, 2018? I forget, 2018, fall of 2018, summer of 2018. Now everybody's challenged to do that. And when I started going full time, and then I sort of slowly got more involved in a synagogue that I've been working with, and I'll share this news with my friends here because so many of you have been so supportive of this. I'm now going to be the rabbi for realsies at Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center. So if this is the first time you're hearing it, I'm glad to share that with you. So that's I just started off, doing a couple of Shabbases a month, right, as needed. And then they brought me, after a few months of that, they kind of brought me on part-time to bridge a gap while they were in search for a rabbi. And later when they searched for a rabbi, they found me, and that was pretty cool. And this week they finally voted to extend to me that great honor of being the rabbi of that congregation. And so I'm really delighted to be doing this. I couldn't be more thrilled about this, actually. The irony is that just as I'm getting super comfortable being a rabbi in an IRL meet space, if you're a William Gibson fan, an IRL synagogue, now everybody's going back to work online. And so I just had that epiphany like a week ago. I'm back to teaching all my classes on Zoom. So what I hope to do, now that I'm seeing all these rabbis join the online teaching bandwagon, I'm hoping to be a resource for that. I'm hoping to say, like, look, if you are curious about how to do that, I'll show you my whole rig. I'll show you my whole setup. I'll share with you all of my failures. I will tell you exactly how I got to do this and all my trial and error over a couple of years. Hopefully I can save some people a bit of a time on the learning curve. So that's the offer that I'm making. If there's any rabbis who catch this show or any teachers whatsoever, if you're looking for tips and tricks on teaching online, hit me up. I'm happy to share what I've learned with you. And in the meantime, I'm going to keep teaching as I teach. So let's see. I'm not seeing anybody in the chat just yet. We started a show a little bit late. Usually we're on at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we are on Facebook for reasons good and bad. We are not on Facebook this morning. Hold on a second. Okay, I've got some people joining me. Let's see. Just going to let my friends know what we're doing here. Pretty soon I'm going to jump right into the game, and I have an interesting selection today that I can't wait to share with you. If you've seen the title, I don't want to spoil it for you if you've already seen the title of this thing. Okay, online now, chat on Twitch only. So normally what we do is we have this connected on YouTube and Facebook as well as Twitch. For various technical reasons, we are only streaming to Twitch and YouTube this morning, and I've got a bug in my software where the YouTube chat is not feeding directly to me. So if you want to stop by and say hi, if you want to ask a rabbi any question that's on your Jewcurious mind, join us at twitch.tv/Jewcurious. And that's where I'll be able to see your chat. A lot of times people will chat on Facebook, and my friends who are watching Twitch and YouTube simultaneously, I don't know why there's a little bit of a lag there, but if you catch a question that I miss on YouTube, please feel free to copy that into the Twitch chat, and I will answer that as best I can. Just to teach a little Torah to start off with, we are starting out in the book of Leviticus this week, or Vayikra in Hebrew. And so this is a new kind of book. So far, we've had some really great stories. I'm not going to lie to you. Exodus, probably the most cinematic of the 5 books of Moses, the most action-packed. A lot of plagues. Might be a little too soon, but so we've got these great stories that happen in Exodus. We've got our people starting off pretty well in Egypt, but then immediately being enslaved with labor and brick taxes, I guess you would call them, and just being oppressed, but having a genocide perpetrated against us. God remembers God's covenant with our forebears, Abraham and Sarah, and their successive generations, and then remembers us, gets a couple of front men in the form of Moses and Aaron and front lady Miriam. They help us get out of Egypt, and then we go through the desert. We go through a sea that's been split in half. That was pretty cool. We sang about it afterwards. Then we got the 10 Commandments. That was pretty dope. And then the rest of the commandments, even better. And in the meantime, we kind of went astray a little bit. We said, hey, where's God? Where's Moses? We don't know. Hey, let's start over. And they built a golden cow and then got punished for it. And God said, okay, look, I know if I leave you guys alone for a minute, you're going to go back to your old ways. So tell you what, let's build a place where we can hang together, where you can be together as a community, where I can be present among you. And they started constructing the Mishkan, the tabernacle, this portable sanctuary that they carried through the wilderness. And in the end of Exodus, we get this thing built. Now, I'm sorry, it's a little bit like starting with Empire Strikes Back. What I should have mentioned was A New Hope, and that is the book of Genesis, where Genesis, we get not only a cosmogony, right, the story of the creation of the universe, but then the story of sort of the first Jewish family as well. And which is probably one of the best multi-generational family sagas that's ever been written. It's Abraham and Sarah, it's their kids, Isaac and Ishmael, and then goes off on Isaac's storyline. He has kids named Jacob and Esau. There's a little brotherly conflict there. Jacob has a mess of kids. Well, Jacob and his 2 wives and 2 girlfriends have a mess of kids, and that gets us to his favorite son, Joseph, which gets us into Egypt. But the family drama there is so instructive, I think. I'm just going to check here. It says we're not showing on Twitch. Interesting. You aren't showing up on Twitch. Oh, this is crazy. I've been talking for like 10 minutes now. All righty. One second. Well, anyway, any Torah study is not lost. We'll try this again.